everybody, and welcome to Colorado Sports Connection. We're coming to you from the National Western Stock Show and Rodeo, and we have a very special guest for you. We have Miss Rodeo Colorado, Cassidy Cabot. Cassidy, welcome to the show, Colorado Sports Connection. We appreciate having you.
Well, thank you for having me.
One of the things I have to ask you is you have all your fans out here. What's it like? You're out there in the main arena on that big stage, especially when you're on the horses and you're coming around with that flag.
It is truly the most American feeling I've ever felt being out there, and the best Colorado feeling I've ever felt being out there. Carrying that flag with such pride, being out there with all the fans cheering, it just fills my heart up, makes my heart warm, and it's an honor to be out there.
You know, you just mentioned something. You said American feeling.
Yes.
And it seems like at one point in somebody's life, they always wanted to be a cowboy or cowgirl. Yes. You meet a lot of people. Do you hear those stories as well?
I do. I hear a lot of grandparents and moms and dads saying, you know, I really always wanted to be a cowgirl. Here's my child, and I really want her to grow up riding horses and learning what it's like to be responsible for a horse and be out there and be a good cowgirl. So it's great to know that I get to inspire people in that way.
And tell us what it means to you personally to be a role model.
To be a role model, I remember seeing Miss Rodeo America and Miss Rodeo Colorado, and even people in school that I really looked up to. I think it means that you need to have you have a good personality, you have to be positive, and you have to show them that they can do whatever they set their dreams on.
Now, you talk about Miss Rodeo America. Now, you had a chance while you're here at the stock show to work with Miss Rodeo America.
Yes.
Talk about Mackenzie Carr.
Oh my gosh, well I got to watch her compete the entire week at during the Wrangler National Finals at Miss Rodeo America, and I knew she was going to be a sweet girl because she was so genuine on stage there, and so I was so excited to be able to hang out with her here, and she is so much fun. We get along. She's got a great personality, and she's truly made my experience here at the Wrangler National Finals, the Western Stock Show, a great experience.
Now, you also talked about, Mackenzie and competing. Talk about how grueling that competition is, because there's 8 categories you guys compete through?
Yes, at Miss Rodeo America, there's going to be 31 girls competing this year. We even have a Miss Rodeo New York, a Miss Rodeo Maine. We have some new girls, and it is very grueling. It is a long time there. You don't get to see your parents very much. You don't get your phone or a computer or any type of digital media. And you're going through interviews, you're riding horses you've never rode before, you're modeling, answering a lot of impromptu questions, you're giving a speech. You just have to wake up every morning, even when you're tired, with a smile on your face.
We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to talk with Cassidy Cabot right here on Colorado Sports Connection.
Buying a shoe can be a tricky experience, but that's why we're here at Dick's Sporting Goods with our very own footwear specialist, John. And he's going to tell us how to purchase your perfect shoe.
3 things that you need to know when buying that perfect shoe is your foot length. So we need to get you measured up for the foot fitting. Foot length, arch length, as well as the width. The dynamic of your foot. So do you overpronate or do you supinate? And then what kind of activity you're looking to use the shoe for. Best time to try on shoes is probably midday, whenever that is for you, whenever you've been on the foot for the most part of the day. But what's important to know is you will want to alternate your shoes, because in each shoe in the foam there's little air bubbles that you will want to recondition, and it's called reconditioning your shoe.
When you purchase your next athletic shoe, make sure you visit your local Dick's Sporting Goods so you can find your own footwear specialist to help you find your perfect shoe.
Welcome back to Colorado Sports Connection. We're talking with Miss Rodeo Colorado, Cassidy Cabot, and we're here at the National Western Stock Show and Rodeo. And Cassidy, tell us how this all got started, how you got interested in becoming Miss Rodeo Colorado.
Well, my dad's side of the family is very heavy into ranching and farming, and they also were involved in rodeo. I actually have a great aunt who, her name is Nancy Binford, and she started the Texas All-Girls Rodeo team, which evolved to become the Texas Tri-State Rodeo team, and now is the Women's Pro Rodeo Association. And so I really looked up to her. I looked up to her in her ambitions for rodeo and what she wanted to do in her life. And I was told one day when I was 18, that was the first day I got interested in becoming a rodeo queen, although I looked up to many of them, that I could become a Miss Rodeo Colorado. And from that point on, I had a dream and a goal, and I never let it get out of my sight.
So as you get to travel this great state, talk about some of your favorite rodeos right here in the state of Colorado.
Definitely the Greeley Stampede. It's my home-based rodeo. Miss Rodeo Colorado competition is held in conjunction with the Greeley Stampede, and they also have the largest 4th of July celebration. I love being there. The people love me, and they're so kind to me. And to be there during the 4th of July is a great feeling.
And what's it mean to you personally to be here at the National Western Stock Show and Rodeo?
It's truly an honor to be here, and especially be here for the 3 weeks as it's going on. I get to be a part of so much of the National Western Stock Show, so I feel very blessed that they have asked me to be here as long as they are having me here.
Okay, one of the things I want the audience out there to know is I want them to get to meet Cassidy Cabot. So let's talk a little bit about you now.
Okay.
Like your favorite type of movies.
I love old movies. I'm a big fan of Grease, and I love The Wizard of Oz, so you can kind of say I like the silly fictional movies. I just love them. I love the music, and they were something that stuck with me since I was a little girl.
Now, when you were younger, or even now, do you still compete at all in the rodeo arena?
I do. I did a lot of 4-H when I was younger. That's kind of what got me started showing horses. And I just do some local barrel racing when I have time. I have a great horse, and something I really love doing, being a teammate with my horse. So that's what I do in my spare time.
Now, also during your spare time,
Yes.
what do you do for relaxation while you're here in Colorado?
For relaxation, I love spending time with the girls and just getting to know them and just sitting on our beds watching HBO or a movie or something. But when I'm home, I really love to draw. I'm a drawer. I'm actually an art business major at Fort Lewis College. So that's something that's kind of therapeutic to me and relieves a lot of stress.
And here at the National Western, what's your favorite event and who do you really enjoy watching?
Oh gosh, my favorite event at the National Western, of course, is the rodeo, and in that rodeo is saddle bronc. I love the classic event of rodeo, and I have so many favorite saddle bronc riders. I love the Wright brothers, and they've actually were all here one night for the Colorado versus the World. They all competed together, so it was really nice to see that family tie in rodeo here at the Western Stock Show.
So as you're competing and you're traveling around the state of Colorado, any interesting people that you got to meet along the way?
Oh, I've met so many people. What's really been nice is getting to know the Miss Rodeo America committee. I've gotten to meet several of them, knowing that I'll be trying out for Miss Rodeo America next year, and you get to kind of deal with them and hang out with them a lot. So it's been really great to meet all them, because they really do, they're the committee of the largest rodeo queen pageant. So it's great to hang out with them.
Now, for the people out there that have never been to the National Western Stock Show and Rodeo, what would you say to them to get them out here?
Oh my gosh, if you could come out to the National Western Stock Show, it is truly an amazing experience. A lot of people in the cities don't get to see cows or sheep or goats, or even let alone go to a rodeo. And you can really experience the Western way of life when you come out here, and I think everybody should just give it one chance, because you can really see what it means to live to be a cowboy or a cowgirl.
Awesome. I have this question for you.
Yes.
Now, in December, that's when you guys will compete for Miss Rodeo America.
Yes.
So, on camera, will you promise us next year at this time, as the future Miss Rodeo America, can we have another moment with you
Yes.
next year at this time?
Next year, if I am Miss Rodeo America, I will be here giving another interview. So thank you for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cassidy Cabot, our future Miss Rodeo America. We'll be right back with more Colorado Sports Connection.
Hey, what's up, Colorado Sports Connection? I'm Lexi Katie, and we are here at the National Western Stock Show with 92.5's The Wolves, Captain Lee. Captain Lee, is it?
Yes.
All right. Well, Captain Lee, how does it feel to be the official sponsor of the stock show?
It is a huge honor. The National Western is one of the largest events in Denver, and to have 92.5 The Wolf as the official country station of the stock show, it really is a special chance to bring the radio station in front of nearly 1 million people. Last year, more than 600,000 people came through the doors here at the National Western, and we're actually expecting more this year.
Oh Oh my gosh. I mean, when you go to a stock show, you need your boots, you need your hats, you need your belts, and you need your good music. So this is absolutely the radio station to listen to right now, isn't it?
Absolutely, and in case you forgot your hat or your boots, they've got them available.
Well, all right.
Even a silversmith right down the way will get you a new buckle.
Have you checked it out?
That's where I got this.
You've been doing some shopping?
Exactly.
All right, sweet. Also, you guys are doing some contests yourself, like advertisement on the radio for drawings to get tickets to the stock show?
Absolutely. We're giving away rodeo tickets. We gave away bull riding tickets earlier this week. I think the big contest that we're doing right now is boots and bucks. We have a cowboy boot right up at our table, and the idea is to guess how much money's in the boot. You're going to win the money and pick a brand new set of boots from Johnny Ringo in the Cinch Factory store. And that's here at Stock Show only, here at the Denver Coliseum through Sunday.
Oh, all right. Okay, and you said this was the second year here, correct?
It is the second year the Wolf has been the official station of the Stock Show. And we are located in the Coliseum where all the rodeos and all the bull riding takes place. So it's nice to be right here in front of everybody.
Oh my gosh, I bet. And talk about the crowds. Do you see it different throughout the day? Like, is it more busy at night than it is in the middle of the day? Or?
Typically in the afternoons, we see the families. We see mom bringing the kids down, going through the trade show, going out to the stockyards, and the petting zoo.
Oh.
The petting zoo is where all the kids want to go. We were talking to a couple of 4-year-olds a little while ago, and they said the potbelly pigs are the coolest.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're coming down to the stock show, plan on spending time in the petting zoo.
All right, absolutely. And what an honor this is to have this radio station. Are there any other events coming up that 92.5 The Wolf is hosting for like concerts or any other drawings that you guys are excited about?
Yeah, we present all the country concerts in town during the National Western, including Little Big Town.
Okay.
The 4-piece group is going to be in town Friday night over at the Grizzly Rose, and we're giving away tickets here in just a little while.
Okay, awesome. And the Grizzly Rose, you guys also do a lot of stuff down there too, correct?
We do all the concerts down there, and we're typically on site every Saturday night as well.
All right, well, fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Lee. It
You
was
bet.
a pleasure, and congratulations on such an honor and working with such a great station.
Thank you so much for coming by, and enjoy the stock show.
All right, great.
Hi, this is Irv Brown. This is what I used to do for a living. You know, you'll recognize the guy next to me. Now, this is Tommy Robinson, and I'm showing you this because if you want work, you want a referee, this is easy. You call 303-344-5050. Let me give you an example. A freshman basketball game, like our group is from Rock Canyon, 32 minutes, $42. The varsity game pays $56. Call that number, 303-344-5050. You'll never be sorry.
We're here at the National Western Stock Show and Rodeo, and we're talking with the owner of the Rodeo News, Sari Stevens, and we're going to find out how this all originated. Sari, now I believe you're the one that started everything here at the Rodeo News?
Actually, the Rodeo News was born about 10 years ago, and with the thought of being the largest rodeo magazine in the nation, and we are. So it's a great thing. It's based out of Colorado, and we've had this particular booth at the National Western Stock Show for 10 years.
Now, if someone wants to get your magazine, the Rodeo News, how do they go about that?
It's actually available as a free download on your iPhones, iPads, any of your Apple products. You can download Rodeo News and you can get it right on your phone, or you can email us, you can get on the website and order it right there, or you can call us.
Now,
lots of ways.
You have a lot of special guests here in your Rodeo News here.
We do.
And you're going to be having, this year, you're going to be having Miss Rodeo America.
We are.
Talk a little bit about that and what the readers out there can expect.
We can expect her to write a column every issue, and we're published 21 times a year, every 2 weeks. And she's going to write about her travels and what it's meant to her and who she meets and where she's going. Rodeo is one of the greatest ways to educate everybody about our Western heritage. And so the Rodeo News is founded on God, family, and the good old sport of rodeo.
Now, you mentioned family, and this is a family-operated business, correct?
It is.
Talk a little bit about
It
that
is.
and people that helped you make this magazine become what it is today.
Yes, I couldn't do it without both my beautiful daughters. I have my daughter Lacey is the salesperson. My other daughter Andrea ran a lot of the subscriptions for a long time. We actually have 14,000 subscribers, and 100,000 people are reading it online now. And the staff is made up of 4 people.
And talk about the growth, how the changes that you've seen along the years.
Yeah, the goal has always been, if I live in New Mexico and I want a rodeo in Pennsylvania, I want one magazine that'll take me across the nation to rodeo, and that the Rodeo News is doing it. So
And-
coast to coast.
And by you know, producing the Rodeo News, you've had the opportunity to visit a lot of great places, meet a lot of great people.
Yeah.
Talk about some of the places that you've been to and that's your favorite.
Well, I just got back from Oklahoma City, and before that I went to Asheville, North Carolina for the Southern Rodeo Association Finals. Beautiful part of the country out there. I'll be traveling up to Rapid City for the Black Hills Stock Show in 2 weeks. Then I'll be going down to Arizona for some National Senior Pro Rodeos. There's, believe it or not, still people in their 50s getting on broncs.
And talk about some of the people that you've met.
Oh my gosh, they're the best people in the world. They're honest, they're genuine, they're God-fearing, and they're family-oriented. And they help each other. When you see a trailer broke down on the side of the road that came from a rodeo, there's usually 4 or 5 trucks and trailers right beside it helping them out.
So once again, tell the audience out there how they can get this great read, the Rodeo News.
Rodeo News, iPhone, Rodeo News, it's a free download app. Website, therodeonews.com, or give us a call at the office. We're available all the time. So thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the owner of the Rodeo News, Sari Stevens. Make sure you definitely get your copy today. It's definitely a great read.
Thank you.
I'm Irv Brown. Do you know this guy? If you know this guy, who arguably was the best three-sport athlete that CU ever produced, he played professionally baseball and football. He once pinch hit for Ted Williams. If you know who it is, you call Irv and Joe's Talk Show on Mile High Sports Radio. The winner gets a pizza from Big Bill Fickey, great guy. Now you know who this guy is. Who is the preacher? You call the talk show and you may be the winner. Looking forward to hearing from you.
So we are here with Mackenzie, the newly crowned Miss Rodeo America. All right, Mackenzie, so tell us, in December you were crowned Miss Rodeo America. What was that like?
You know, honestly, it was a shock. I had no idea that I was going to do as well as I did at the American pageant. Went down to it and said, you know, if they like me, great. If they don't, life goes on. So I'm so blessed to be in the position that I am today, and I'm really looking forward to serving as Miss Rodeo America 2012.
Absolutely. What was it like competing with the other state title holders?
You know, it was great. A lot of people have asked, was it cutthroat? Because getting 27 girls together, something's bound to happen. But I've been traveling with them all year as Miss Rodeo Oregon, and they were my good friends. So it was really just like a reunion. I got to spend time with some of the best girls, and we had so much fun. But it was just a joy trying out for Miss Rodeo America.
Oh my gosh, that's great. Now, was this your first time doing this competition?
One-shot deal.
Oh my
You can
god.
only be a state title holder once, and you can only try out for Miss Rodeo America once.
Oh great, that's awesome. And I know the competition, tell us about the competition. You've got horsemanship, you have a speech you have to do. What other areas?
They test us, we're judged on our personality probably. We have breakfast with the judges, we're basically with them all day, interviews, impromptu questions. We're also judged on our appearance, they want to make sure that we carry ourselves professionally and that we're dressing in an appropriate manner. And then most importantly, they judge us on our knowledge of the sport of rodeo and the Western industry.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, besides the obvious, what does this competition or this pageant run, how does it separate from other pageants like Miss America or Miss USA?
I think the main difference is that we represent a lifestyle. We're not just representing a foundation or something like that. We represent a way of life that very many people don't know about. And so our job is to educate. That's why that knowledge portion is so important. And it's so different because the livestock, the horses, the steers are involved. You know, we're just a different breed out here, the cowgirls of the West.
Absolutely. Okay, and so for like when you guys are out there, you guys have certain uniforms you have to wear, or your chaps, or do they dress you guys, or do you guys just get to pick whatever you want?
We do. We get to design our chaps. Most of them reflect the girl, have stuff to do with their state. But standard arena attire has to be a long sleeve shirt, pants, belt, hat. That's pretty standard. Obviously, you want boots on when you're around horses, but for the most part, we're in long sleeves, jeans, boots, representing our sponsors, Wrangler jeans, Bailey hats, Montana Silversmiths. So.
Great. And when you're on the road, do you have one horse you get to bring with you you or not really? You just
I hop on whoever. I go to the rodeos and they provide me with a horse. Here I've ridden probably 5 or 6 of them here. It's just, you get what you get. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's not, but the most important part is they took time to bring you something, and so I'm always thankful for anything that I'm given on the road.
absolutely. And one more question. What was the first thing you did after you were crowned Miss Rodeo America?
Holy cow. Kind of, wow, I can't believe this is happening.
Oh my gosh, I can only imagine.
I did go back to my room after the press conference was over and I put on my tennis shoes because I'd been in boots, 15 hours a day for 8 days straight. So, no, I definitely wouldn't put my boots back on.
All right, well, Mackenzie, thank you so much. That's awesome.
Thank you.
You're such an inspiration to many young girls. So that's great.
Hold on, what did she tell you? Let me ask this. Was it about our dinner?
Yep. Oh,
And where we ended up?
Yes.
yes.
I figured she'd tell me.
Let's hear your version.
Okay. So, Miss Rodeo, North Dakota, she pulled up her GPS. We wanted to go grab a bite to eat with her parents one night, and plugs in steakhouse, thinking, oh, this is going to be great. We're going to go sit down and have a nice meal. Well, the GPS's definition of a steakhouse and our definition of a steakhouse differed greatly because it took us to a place where we shouldn't have been in a rodeo queen attire called Steakhouse Willie's downtown in Denver, and it ended up being a strip club, and so they had no idea. I knew immediately when we pulled in and was laughing in the car behind him. But Cassidy, Miss Rodeo, Colorado, asked the valet guy, well, are you still serving supper? And he looked at her, he said, no ma'am, do you know what this is? Needless to say, we ended up across the street at Applebee's for dinner with Miss Rodeo North Dakota's parents. So yeah, we did not go inside.
That's spicy.
Hi everybody, I'm Mackenzie Carr, Miss Rodeo America, and you're watching Colorado Sports Connection.
All right, Mackenzie, so we are here with Colorado Sports Connection. We're just going to ask Mackenzie Carr, Miss Rodeo America, a few questions. All right, Mackenzie, what does it feel like when you're out there in front of everyone and the spotlight is on you?
It's really cool, especially at the grand entry. They black the arena, and then the single spot is on me with the American flag, and it does choke you up a bit because it's such an honor to be able to carry the flag of the United States.
Absolutely, that's so cool. You seem so calm out there and everything, and then once you get back here with the horses and people telling you to be every which way, how do you stay so calm and focused?
Well, this is my second time at the stock show, so I've been through all this before. So traveling last year's Miss Rodeo Oregon, I've learned, take it all with a grain of salt, pick out the important parts, and just try and stay calm and go with the flow, because otherwise you're gonna make yourself miserable.
Absolutely. And tell me what it's like to be at all these different rodeos on different horses. How do you handle that?
I've been riding since I was 6, and it's great because I've become a better horsewoman through this last year of traveling, riding all the different horses, and then another year of getting to ride even more. It's just a wonderful experience. They all have a different personality, and it's just great to be able to share that with them.
Absolutely, that's great, Mackenzie. What would you say is your favorite part so far about being Miss Rodeo America?
Wow. I don't think I could pick a favorite. I'm having such a great time here. They've been keeping me busy here at the stock show, and it's just really been being able to talk to the people and tell them about the sport that I love and the life that I live.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much. That's good for right now. Thanks, Mackenzie.
Hi everybody, it's Mackenzie, Miss Rodeo America, and today I'm here with very famous Derby rodeo man Terry Shaw. Terry, can you tell me a little bit about maybe one of your favorite broncs that's here at the rodeo?
Yes, it is. It's F42 Hostage.
F42 Hot Stitch, was that his name?
Yeah, and it's a girl.
It's a girl. Do you have any statistics or some history?
She's been to the end for about 5 or 6 times.
Uh-huh.
And on her dad's side, she goes back to the Barkey Rodeo Company.
Really? And how long have Serbies had her?
Well, since 97.
97?
It's a ranch race bronc.
Really? Cool. Well, thank you, Terry. Anyway, guys, that's all for now. And this is my good buddy, Terry. You want to say bye, Terry?
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, my name's Cassidy Cabot. I'm Miss Rodeo Colorado 2012, and you're watching Colorado Sports Connection.
Buying a shoe can be a tricky experience, but that's why we're here at Dick's Sporting Goods with our very own footwear specialist, John. And he's going to tell us how to purchase your perfect shoe.
3 things that you need to know when buying that perfect shoe is your foot length. So we need to get you measured up for the foot fitting. Foot length, arch length, as well as the width. The dynamic of your foot. So do you overpronate or do you supinate? And then what kind of activity you're looking to use the shoe for. Best time to try on shoes is probably midday, whenever that is for you, whenever you've been on the foot for the most part of the day. But what's important to know is you will want to alternate your shoes, because in each shoe in the foam there's little air bubbles that you will want to recondition, and it's called reconditioning your shoe.
When you purchase your next athletic shoe, make sure you visit your local Dick's Sporting Goods so you can find your own footwear specialist to help you find your perfect shoe.
Well, that concludes our time here at the National Western Stock Show and Rodeo. We hope you enjoyed this show, and we look forward to seeing you next year right here at the National Western Stock Show and Rodeo on Colorado Sports Connection. Colorado Sports Connection is brought to you by Littleton Adventist Hospital, a health system that caters to you. Big Bill's New York Pizza, a slice of life. 5-Star Burger South Glen, the way burgers were meant to be. Colorado Sports Connection would like to thank Rock Canyon High School Television for the production of this episode. Rock Canyon High School Television, doing more than just the news.